Welcome to Okaloosa Today, local news and information. Connecting the communities of Football Beach, Destin, and Okaloosa County.
Welcome to the Okaloosa Today Show, a one-hour show featuring news on Okaloosa County, the City of Destin, and the City of Fort Walton Beach. I'm Kathy Newby, Public Information Officer, and I'm going to start this show. And I have two guests with me today. Welcome to Zan Fedorak. She is our new purchasing manager with the county, and also Joseph Kikta, and he is with Global Auction Services. Welcome.
Thank you, Kathy.
Well, today we have some exciting news to tell you all about. We have Zan was with our Public Works Department, and now she is with our Purchasing Department, and we're going to talk about a new initiative, and that is an online live auction today. And Zan, why don't you start out by telling us how this got started?
Well, some months back, the board made a decision that it would be a good venue to try. In the past, we have basically done a one-day store for any surplus items, which limited the amount of exposure that we got. If you were not able to make it that day, you were not necessarily able to participate. So the board made a decision to let's try a new venue and do an online auction.
So this is going to make it more accessible, easier, correct?
That's right. It broadens our audience. It gives us an opportunity for more people to see the goods in the comfort of their home, at their leisure, and on their schedule.
And it makes it easier for the person who might want to purchase something. Joseph, can you talk a little bit about that process?
Well, basically, if someone wants to purchase an item, they have first the ability to know about the auction. And by that, what I mean is they can go to the website and join the email blast list, and every time that a new item goes up for auction, they're notified. So that's the first step, is notification. Secondly, from the auction website, they can go into the individual auctions and they can look at the items and see if there's something that they're interested in. If they're interested in something, they can go ahead and register through the online service is Proxy Bid. Register right through Proxy Bid.
Online?
Online. Everything is online. And when they register, they can go ahead and bid. They can bid just like it's a regular auction, place one bid, or they can allow the computer to bid for them. So they can say, okay, this is my maximum bid. And it still goes in the bid increments.
Okay.
But if they get outbid, the computer bids for them up to their maximum.
Is that right?
So they don't have to constantly be there monitoring it.
Very user-friendly.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about some of the items that we have, some of the auction items that we have, some of which are from the illegal purchases made in 2012 by that tourism director, Mr. Bellinger, now deceased. So let's talk about some of the items. Are some very nice pieces of furniture that he purchased and that now you may need for your business. Let's talk a little bit about some of those auction items, Zan.
We do have some that, as you said, that were part of the TDC situation. Beautiful furniture.
We're trying to recoup
absolutely
those tourism dollars so that we can put those back into advertising for our area. So very important to recoup that money.
And that was one of the focuses, I believe, at the board of even making this decision, was to recoup as much of the funding from the tourist taxes that we could, and this is an avenue to do that. The furniture is beautiful, and it is available. It would be based on just what I've seen in the furniture. It could be pretty in your home or in a business. If you're opening a business or want to do a little upgrade to your business, it would be very nice furniture at what we would hope for would be a reasonable price. There are a lot of opportunities there.
Right. I mean, the county just couldn't keep those. I mean, we have to get that money back.
Right.
So, so some of those are desk, bookcases.
Yes.
There is a dining room.
A dining room set.
Table,
There's a
right?
living room set that's kind of
very casual.
Yes, very
casual, very Florida. It's not a real fancy living room set. It can be outside, indoor, outdoor type of furniture is a good way to describe it.
Maybe a wicker type texture to it. Like you said, a dining room set, a number of different desks, different sizes and shapes, and some bookcases, credenzas, that kind of thing.
And the motorcycles. Let's talk a little bit about the motorcycles because they are very specialized. They're beautiful.
They're gorgeous. And they do showcase the Emerald Coast.
Yes.
If you are a lover of the beaches and you do love our area here, what a way to show it off. They're absolutely beautiful. The artist actually signed. They are hand painted, and the artist signed where they did the painting. Some small details, or there are waves on the mirrors. The foot pedals are shaped like footprints in the sand. So just a real tribute to our area. So if you're a fan of our area and the beaches, these bikes they're gorgeous.
Yeah. So and again, you have to. How do y'all set the amount, Joseph, for some of these items? Does that just come from experience? There's a certain amount set for each item that you bid on. Can you talk about that?
Well, ultimately, the sales price of the item is determined by the buyers. It's determined by the market. That's the nature of an auction. A lot of the items have an opening bid of $1. I do know that the motorcycles, I believe that we set the opening bid at $1,000 because they should do that. And quite honestly, the reason for doing that, setting it at $1,000, is so that we're not going in $1.50 increments on motorcycles. It wouldn't make sense.
Because there's a time limit on how long you can bid as well. So
Exactly.
yeah, you want to start at a point that makes sense.
Exactly.
So how do y'all set the time on those when you bid? Not just the motorcycles, but say, it's different for the desks than it is for the motorcycles, that type of thing.
We generally look at a 2-week saturation when an item goes up. We did extend the desks and the motorcycles mainly to give the public an opportunity to participate. This is a new program here in the county, so we're trying to extend the time a little bit on these first auctions so that everybody has the opportunity to participate.
And they can take a closer look. I mean, say if you see something online and you really want a closer look, can they take a closer look? Can they make an appointment to take a closer look at some of these items?
Absolutely. They would need to call Jeffrey Butero. He is our liaison here in Okaloosa County.
And they can reach him?
They can reach him.
Is that information online?
It should be online, but I can give you his telephone numbers, the email address to use. His office number is 850-878-3030, extension 107. His cell phone is 850-778-3013. And you can also email info, at globalauctionserve.com.
Okay, we'll make sure we get that up on the screen for our viewers as well.
I just want to let you know the items that are closing on the 31st of January. He will be available on the 27th, 28th, 29th, and 29th, 30th, and 31st by appointment. Call him, email him, and he'll gladly set an appointment. For the items closing on the 21st of February, which would be the furniture and the motorcycles, he's available on the 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st to come out and see those.
Okay, very good. So we want to make sure that our viewers know that this auction is something that's going to be ongoing. That's why we had you all on the show today.
Right.
Let's talk about some of the other items that are on there from other departments, Sam.
We do have furniture, some electronic items, computers and laptops, medical equipment, radio equipment, we don't guarantee what shape that the computers and the functionality of the computers, and they do not have operating systems on them, but they've been used by the departments who have either upgraded some of their equipment or have more they have a bigger demand on their computer equipment, and they're just moving on. So, but they are available for viewing, just as Joseph has said, if they'd like to take a look at the equipment.
So that's important because, I mean, a lot of, again, local businesses that maybe don't have, you know, thousands of customers that they have to service like the county does, these things may be just perfect for them. So we're always having to upgrade and meet the demand of our public. So sometimes they become obsolete for us.
And one point to make here is to go ahead and join the mailing list. Like us on Facebook. There's a Facebook page that has been set up for the county. I believe it's Okaloosa County, Florida Surplus. If you search that on Facebook, it should come up.
Okay.
Like it on Facebook. We'll start putting some information on there as well. And what to imagine is anything that the county would use. Eventually, when it's replaced, will become surplus. So if it becomes surplus, it will go into this process. So just because it's electronics and dental x-ray machines today, it may be something else tomorrow.
Right. So.
Yeah, and I would like to stress that, Kathy, this is the first wave.
Right.
This is a new process for us, and trying to make it more available for the community. So as Joseph has stressed previously, get signed up to be notified, because this is going to be a continuing process through September, and there's not just one time of year that the departments do send things for surplus. That's ongoing, and our inventory changes. So as those items become available, you can be notified as they're placed on the website. So even if you're not seeing something right now that you think would fit your need as far as your business or your home, stay tuned, because it's going to keep. It will be there for a while.
So this auction is now through September, this current one that we're in. And again, very easy to access this. It is on the county's homepage at OkaloosaFL.com. And so you can access it there, and just very easy to use, very user-friendly, very easy to stay updated is what we're hearing. So please tune in, because this one is going on through September. And then what happens after September?
Well, that will be up to the Board of County Commissioners. If we feel like we've substantially shown them that this is a success, which we hope the community, is pleased and do see positive things from this, that we will be able to continue this type of service. We feel like we're moving into the venue, into the culture of the way people shop and the way people want to be informed through electronic means. So we will rely on the good decisions of the Board of County Commissioners to continue that.
Well, that sounds just great. What else can we talk about as far as these auctions go? Joseph, is there anything that we're missing?
Well, We've
got about 4 more minutes.
We do have items coming up that we know about.
Let's talk about those.
The annex is closing, so there will be theater seating from the annex. There's cubicles in there. We do have from the airport, if anyone has a need for boarding ramps for regional jets, we have those that will be available shortly. So there's ongoing types of items. The judges' benches are over in the annex. If you have a need for something like that, it'll be available.
Okay. All right, very good. And I also want to make sure that everybody understands that as far as these tourism items that we have to recoup the money, that, those were not purchased with ad valorem taxes. We always get that confusion, and I just want to make that clear. A lot of those items that were purchased by the tourism director at that time in 2012 were, they used BP money from the BP oil spill reconciliation, and it was also, again, our tourist taxes, which our tourist taxes only come from people staying in our hotel room. So again, just want to clarify that is not the ad valorem taxes.
Can I add something on,
sure.
As far as dollars in the community? One of the added benefits of having these auctions online is that it does expose the auctions to a wider market. anyone across the country or around the world, for that matter, can bid on these items. And what that does also is brings additional dollars into the area.
Very, very good point, Joseph. Thank you for bringing that out. Yeah, so these items can be seen by anyone. So it helps the county. And again, this is an Okaloosa County auction. We want to make sure people understand that too. I mean, you all are helping us with this website and to facilitate this with your knowledge and expertise. And then we are just trying to facilitate our departments and get a little bit of exposure for these items. About how many items are in there, would you say, right now?
Over 500 items right now, and that's the tip of the iceberg.
Over 500 items are in there right now. So so that's a very good point. Anything else, Zan, that you can add to this?
Sure, and I would like to add to what Joseph just said. Not only does it bring dollars in, it also brings exposure. You know, this is just another avenue that if you're online shopping and you are going through the main county webpage, we have a lot of highlights on there that do highlight things in our area and our beautiful beaches and the things that we have to offer in this area. So you may want to opt for, maybe I'll come pick up my items instead of have them shipped, because it is a beautiful area to come visit to finish up your auction and finish up your purchase. So we're hoping it also adds exposure for our area.
Yeah, so again, if you want some items from various departments, from medical equipment, public works, public safety, water and sewer, I mean, all of our departments are on here, as well as some of those TDD items. And also we'll update you on those while we're on that subject, on some of those items. Everything really except for what is in this auction has been sold, and the money has been recouped as well as we could sell those items for anyway. Both RVs have been sold, the car has been sold, the boat has been sold, and the house has been sold. So those remaining items are the 2 motorcycles and some of that furniture. And again, all of our other county items on there as well. I do also want to let you know that next month we will have our new tourism director, Ed Schrader, on. And before we move on to our PIO update, anything else you want to add? Again, want to remind everybody, go to OkaloosaFL.com. You will see the auction right there on the home page. Click on that link. That's the easiest way to get in there and look at some of these items.
Absolutely.
Anything else? Zan and Joseph, want to thank y'all for joining us today.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity. We appreciate it.
And we'll move on to our PIO update, which is we have some news from our USO Freedom Lounge at the end of our 2013, moving into 2014. They had 3,257 guests. They had 1,249 requesting info at their booth, and a daily average about 106 military utilizing the USO Freedom Lounge in 2013, about 300 over the previous year. Also at the airport, the Officer of the Year, Phil Cheney, is pictured with Airport's Police Chief Andrew Johnson. Phil is on the left, and I wanted to highlight him in this show. And then keep a watchful eye at the airport for Dozier. Dozier visits the airport to help calm anxious passengers. He was recently seen at the airport, and with his handler Angie. And Angie and Dozier are a registered team of Therapy Dogs Incorporated. So you'll see them out at the airport. He is a Great Dane, beautiful Great Dane, and really does put the visitors to the airport at ease. I'd like to close and thank Cox for providing our show, and reminder to connect with us on our website. Watch our YouTube videos. You can see this segment on YouTube in the future and all of our segments there. And up next is Doug Rayner from the City of Destin.